Yo, what up, knuckles? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live for your mama's house. Doing my things I usually do. Making a quick video on how to not be a bitter knuckle. Now, a lot of knuckles get bitter when they see certain things that, may even naturally make them feel upset. But we're different type of creatures. We naturally, or not naturally, but we know it's not best to just respond to our feelings all the time. Like I always say, you can't help how you feel, but you can help what you do. You can't help how you feel, but you can help what you do. Your actions are all you, but your feelings, you can't control those. Baby, liking a girl, it's not your fault you like her, it's just natural. You can't control it. If we were able to pick and choose who we like, it'll be a totally different world. It'll be a completely different world. If I would say this, if we could pick and choose who we like, we would all pick the chicks that no one else likes to like a lot. Like fat, ugly, retarded, 90 years old, whatever. We would pick those chicks to be head over heels for because no one else likes them. That's common sense. If we could pick, if we were able to choose who to like and who to be crazy about, we would pick whichever person would be the least competition for us. That's only common sense, because right now, if you think you choose who to like, you're out of your mind. You're absolutely retarded. You're not picking who to like. It's natural. It's natural. Maybe sometimes you may pick a person out of curiosity. Maybe you don't like this person, but you think, I'm going to try this because I'm curious. I'm just curious. I don't know if I like her. And then afterwards, from the action, if it feels good, then you're going to like her automatically. It's not your choice. You understand? So liking someone is not a choice. Sometimes the same thing with not liking someone. You can't choose who to not like. It usually just happens. It's just a natural feeling. And it's not your fault. I'm here to say I understand the bitterness, nyaka. I understand the bitterness. Maybe you see your ex-girlfriend with some new guy somewhere. And in your mind it's like, whatever, we broke up. But you still feel some anger and some bitterness, and that's completely understandable. You can't help how you feel, you can only help what you do. But now see, if you get up and you try to start a fight with that guy because he's with your ex-girlfriend, you are reacting to that bitterness, and you are officially a bitter nyaka. I'm going to teach you some tips, some tricks, and some ways to avoid being a bitter nyaka, and some ways to think, a way to shape your mentality to understand that being a bitter nyaka isn't helping you at all. And usually, it just keeps you down, make you look stupid, and shows evidence to everybody around you who's paying attention to you that you are insecure. So let's do the first situation. Let's do the most obvious extreme cases of bitter nyakaness. Basically, when you see like maybe a foreigner, or maybe a fat guy, or maybe somebody with a girl who you feel some relation to, maybe through race, maybe through nationality, maybe through language, whatever it is, you feel some kind of connection to this girl who doesn't know you, and you feel some kind of bitterness because you see this lady with a different type of guy. Now this one is easy to me. This one's easy. Same thing for girls who may feel this way towards another guy who's with a different girl. Could be the same thing. Now let me explain this one to you. My biggest question with this is, why do you expect people to hold people to the tier in which you hold them? Why do you expect other people who may be the same race as you, speak the same language as you, whatever it is, the same shit as you, why do you expect them to hold certain people on the same tier that you hold them on? So let's say you're a happy little white guy. You're a real happy white guy. Yeah, being white's awesome. And that's fine. But you see a white girl with a black guy, and you immediately get salty. You become a bitter nyaka, and you feel the need to say something to this black guy and white girl because you don't like it. But why do you expect her to hold black people on the same tier as you do? Maybe you hold black people on a very low tier. Maybe you see white people as top tier. But why do you expect her to look at him like that? You don't know her and you don't know him. You don't know how he makes her feel. You don't know how she makes him feel. You don't know these people. That's not even your sister. Sure, you may have some things in common, but you have no ownership over this woman's actions. Zero. Your bitterness is getting you nowhere. You're just going to be bitter for the rest of your life and feel that way. Same thing for black people, especially the women. I myself was married to a white girl, tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, back in New York City. On my main, the first YouTube channel I had where I teach English, she was in my first few videos. Very pretty girl. She was 19, I was about 26. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. No, she was young and damn good looking, and she was a twerker. The top twerker in Russia at the time before Russia got on it. And a lot of black girls felt pretty bitter. But what was interesting is a lot of the black girls who would say negative things towards her as we walked by in the projects, they would say these things like, I guess, make her feel bad, or they would say things like, they're taking all this and that, taking our men, whatever. But what's interesting, and what they didn't know, was that even if I wasn't with her, me, or I'm pretty sure the other guys they're mad at for being with white girls, still wouldn't be with them. That's what they need to understand. When you see a couple who are together, and they don't know you, I'm talking about right now people you don't know. You don't know these people. I bet you there's a 99.99999% chance that if these two random people you see together, if that girl or guy was with that person, they still wouldn't be with you. You don't even know these people. You're like, if that guy was here, I'd be able to talk to her. She probably wouldn't even be in the place you see her at if it weren't for that guy or girl. So your bitterness is getting you nowhere. It's not gonna work. You can't help how you feel, but you can help what you can do. You absolutely can. You have no control over your feelings, but you have control over your actions the vast majority of the time. Until you go motherfucking crazy. Now that's kind of different, you know? Let's go to some other situations. Some situations in which you know the people, or you know a person in this situation. Now that is a little different. And I do have a little more respect for that. The first one I have no respect for. You just a bitter nigga, go fuck yourself. But this one is a little different. So let's say you got an ex-girlfriend, and you see her with some guy you don't know. They're together. Now, I understand your feelings. I understand your bitterness. I get it. It's completely understandable to feel like a bitter nigga at the time, especially if you really like this person or you really love this person. But at the same time, you gotta understand that person's no longer yours. You're no longer an item. That person's on their own. You should just leave the place where they are so you don't have to look at them. You should just split. There's no reason to be a bitter nigga. I understand how you feel, and you probably need to get away so you don't embarrass yourself. And better yet, if you really care about her, so you don't embarrass her. If you really care or like or love somebody, if you really do, if you really care about this person, like or love them, I really believe you should care about their happiness. Even if they're not with you. I'm not saying you should be happy because they're happy. I'm saying you should care about their happiness. So if I see an ex-girlfriend that I really was head over heels for, I really loved her. I loved her so much, and I see her out somewhere with some guy, and she's having a good time, I'm not gonna be happy that she's with this guy, but I'm going to respect her happiness, and I'm going to fuck off. You understand? I'm not gonna go full bitter nigga status and throw a drink at the dude. I'm going to fuck off, because we're no longer together at all. There's nothing holding us together. Now let's go to another level of bitterness. Now this one gets real understandable. Let's say you have a good friend, and let's say you have an ex-girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend. Now, let's not say good friend, because if this was a good friend, he wouldn't do it. So let's just say a friend. Someone you see sometimes, you might talk to in a bar, you may hang out with sometime, but this isn't a person you'd call to come to your wedding or something. You're not that close, right? So you see this on and off whatever friend again with your ex-girlfriend, and you know this guy or girl knows this is your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. Now in that situation, I would guess that's a little different, but at the end of the day, still, even in that case, this dude has no real loyalty to you. He's not even a real friend. Your ex-girlfriend has no loyalty to you at all. She's your ex-girlfriend. She's out of there. Once again, you gotta walk off. Don't let your bitter nigginess come out of you. Just fuck that dude, don't talk to him no more, go along your way. Now let's take it up a level. Let's say you catch your ex-girlfriend with one of your niggas. One of your close niggas. A dude you done crazy things with. A dude you done shared your secret with. A dude who's done eating your mom's food with you and shit. You know, whatever the fuck. somebody you're close to, you know, if you had to trust somebody with $1 million as you left the country, you'd pick this guy. Somebody like that, you know what I mean? You let him spend like $5,000, but still, you let him hold it, you know? The other $995,000, whatever, you expect it. That person, your day one nigga, you catch him with your ex-girlfriend when he knows that's off limits. In that case, that's different. If you decide to show your bitterness there, I ain't got nothing to say. Because you know what, in that case, he deserves it more than her. No, he deserves it more. Because once you broke up with that ex-girlfriend, your bond with your homie's still there. That bond with that ex-girlfriend's out the window. So he's really the one disrespecting you in that case. He's the one disrespecting you. If you walk up to him, you splash a drink on his face or you push him or something, he deserves that. He deserves that for taking advantage of your trust and friendship, and he deserves it all the way. Now that's completely different. But as of her, this is what you should expect from her. And as a best friend, it's what he should expect from her. And the fact that he's not smart enough to see what she's doing, he's a fucking idiot and you should kick his ass. Kick his ass. Even if you lose, the fact that you fight him shows he's gonna feel it when he gets home. Even if he wins, even if the asshole wins the fight, he's still gonna feel bad when he gets home simply because of the fact that his best friend just fought him because he knows he did something fucked up. That's gonna eat away at him. Go ahead, lose the fight. It's still gonna eat away at him. And he deserves it. You understand? Now let's take it up another level. Another level. Let's say you catch your current girlfriend out with your current nyaka. Out with your current nyaka. Imagine that your current girlfriend out candlelight dinner. You see them locking lips kissing with your current girl. I'ma say it, I don't give a fuck. Everybody out here knows who the one girl I like most is. If I catch any nigga who knows me at all out here with her somewhere locking lips and drinking and shit, first thing I'ma do is I'ma call her a taxi, that me and that dude we're gonna have our first fight. We're gonna have our first, I don't give a fuck that I'm in Russia. We're gonna have our first fight. That day. Win, lose, or draw, we're gonna have our first fight that day. Any other chick, I wouldn't care that much. I'd just be like, dude, why the fuck would you do that? You know we used to date or we're dating. You know, I would ask. But that one chick, it'll be a brawl. Because I don't think anybody would do that to me out here who knows me. You know what I mean? So, I would feel you on that one. Sometimes your bitterness could come. Now, the only time your bitterness, I like saying bitterness, the only time your bitterness should show is when it's towards someone who's breaking basically a promise that you two have with each other because you have a personal relationship. So when it's a random couple, just because you're both of the same country or the same skin color, that person didn't promise you shit, that person doesn't know you, fuck off. You understand? But it's different when you have some kind of bond. And I do understand that in that case. When you have when it's your sister or something, I do kind of understand that. When it's your mother or something like that, I do kind of understand. These are people you grew up with. These are people you communicate with. You know each other. You listen to each other. You trust each other. That's a little different. Not saying you should have the right to tell this person who they should or should not date. But I understand you. I understand your bitterness, and I understand you maybe talking to that person that you know, like, hey, what are you doing? Are you sure you're doing the right thing? Maybe you should blah, blah, blah. That's a little different. I kind of understand that a little. But when it's a random person, you just a bitter nigga who's insecure, probably lonely somewhere in the corner, mad because those people are having fun and you ain't. You bitter. You bitter. Mad bitter as hell. You know what I mean? So, that's basically all I gotta say. It was a lot of fun making this video. Got a lot off my chest. And I'm out, Nyakos. Let me know what you think in the comments. Later.